I remember as a little boy having a discussion with my mum and how she was going on the F-plan diet and that this would be the one. I wasn't sure what this all meant, and in all honesty, it seems that this was just another fad which followed plans A through E. Next there came the Slim Fast plan, a hyper-processed joyless drink, which I once snuck a wee sip of, then poured the rest right down the sink. Throughout my young, informative life, this was a recurring theme, and it wasn't going to be that long before I was living my own diet meme. In my high school years, my weight went up. I'm the fat kid, I would moan. My weight matched my age each year, and by 17, I was 17 stone. As this journey continued, my clothes were soon XXL, and that's around the time when I started on my own diet hell. First it was the Atkins diet, where I was eating meats and cream. I was constipated and my breath stank, but about ideal weight I'd dream. Next there was the South Beach one, Atkins' supposed safer brother. Then one where I ate only cabbage soup, then another, and another, and another. These all had one thing in common, which would come as no surprise. No matter which one I would go on, my weight would eventually rise. It took me several decades to figure out what was wrong, that diets would never solve the issue of emotional hunger driving me on. Food had become the loving parent, the confidant, the warm duvet, the hug, the kiss, the pat on the back, a drug tempting me 3 times a day. Like 95% of all fad dieters, I was doomed to fail. But if I could understand my hidden needs, then perhaps I would prevail. Speaking of stats and other stuff, here's some things to think about, and if you're on a weight loss journey, these might give your resolve some clout. First, searching for food and being hungry is the human species norm. Until recent centuries, it has been one of the main forces driving us on. But now there is so much food which we consume without a thought, yet our bodies haven't evolved that fast, and store it in case tomorrow there's not. Even the simple maths don't make sense, as we devour with great delight. 2 billion overweight, 700 million starving? These numbers just don't seem right. Weight loss spend is $4 billion annually in the States alone, but despite this unbelievable expense, under increasing obesity we groan. I stand upon the bathroom scales, watching the numbers climb each day. Surely this can't be all my fault, I hear my subconscious say. It seems in fact this might be true, and it's not just me that's to blame. There's other factors playing roles exacerbating my awful fat shame. The laboratories that are involved create hyper-palatable food of high fat, high salt, high sugar that my brain thinks are extra good. And when they made low-fat things, it's much better for you, they said, but with no fat there is no taste, so they put sugar in instead. Refined carbs don't exist in nature. They cause release of dopamine. And if you've had a sweet addiction, you'll know just what I mean. But what about my 3 p.m. biscuit when my sugar crashes nigh? It's probably your carbohydrate lunch which has caused an insulin high. Your body can only store about 1,500 calories of sugar, and when the muscles and liver are full, you cannot make them fuller. The body is an incredible machine that won't give up its daily bread. So even when your liver is stuffed, it converts the carbs to fat instead. Consider as well the trillions of bugs known as the gut microbiome. Fed well, they help you in many ways, but that's a whole separate poem. I know this has been a long one. It feels like I've been rhyming all day. So perhaps just let me summarise the key points I wanted to say. First, ask yourself if you're truly hungry before you gobble down that pie. Is there something else going on? And please question, what is the why? Second, think about what you consume and go for those that are nutritionally best. Calories don't need your scrutiny. Whole food plant-based is what I suggest. And finally, next time you're at the fridge door feeling low and sad and dreadful because something hasn't gone your way, ask yourself, is this helpful? There's no shortcuts to losing weight, no matter what you've heard. And if someone tells you otherwise, remember, diet is a 4-letter word.